Hi again. In our previous video, we spoke about the origination of employee engagement and also about different levels and categories of employee engagement. We briefly discussed about three levels and categories of employee engagement, which were engaged, disengaged, and actively engaged. In this video, we will touch upon types and elements of employee engagement. So, employee engagement is a process which starts from recruitment and it goes on till the person leaves the organization. It is very important for all of us to be aware of those things which we can do at each stage in employee life cycle to engage our employees. In this video, we will try to touch upon all those elements and types of employee engagement. So let's begin. Recruitment. Engagement is heavily related to the drive and resilience of an individual. Some individuals will stay engaged through any stresses and obstacle because they are fundamentally unstoppable. Others may be motivated only sporadically and will be easily discouraged by stresses and problems. It is no easy task to discover and hire individuals who push into every initiative to take the lead without ever becoming discouraged. However, this is a foundation basis for employee engagement. Hiring managers who become too systematic in hiring by looking at the data on candidates and checking off qualifications may miss an important sanity check. Does this employee have energy, resilience, and interest? So, this is how, even in recruiting, the employee engagement starts. Let's talk about one of the most important component of any employee relationship with the organization: compensation and rewards. So employees who are fully engaged often play a critical role in the revenue, productivity, and creative energies of a firm. Such employees are aware of the value they create and are likely to leave if the compensation does not reflect this value. Awarding high compensation to disengaged individuals who aren't adding much value can encourage a culture of low engagement. Hence, it is the responsibility of the talent team and talent organization in a company to make sure that we are not only checking the external market changes in terms of compensation and rewards, but we also work on internal benchmarking. We should also think about equity in the pay internally. Let's move on to onboarding. As you know, onboarding is the process by which we make a person part of the organization. Onboarding is the practice of giving employees what they need to do their jobs from the moment they first arrive. This includes resources, access, information, introductions, and social inclusions. Leaving employees isolated without the resources they need create a first impression which can be bad and that can quickly damage motivation. I'm sure you must have heard of first impression is the last impression. So I would say that the whole organization need to work on a very robust and mature onboarding process to make sure that their employees are being taken care on the day one, and hence from there the employee engagement starts. So the employee engagement which was built during the recruiting time should also continue when we are onboarding the employee. Let's touch upon something on the hygiene factors. Hygiene factors are basic expectations that employees have that they don't increase engagement when they are met, but dramatically decreases engagement when they aren't. So if you are doing what you need to do from a hygiene factor perspective, this might not add to your employee engagement, but that's the bare minimum you have to do, because the cost of not maintaining the hygiene could adversely impact the employee engagement in the organization. It could be very simple as a comfortable chair for your employees, or a coffee machine, or a clean washrooms, or anything else which is related with the hygiene factor or the workplace the employees are working at. Moving on, let's touch upon the working conditions. That includes the demands, environment, and terms of the job that are relevant to employee satisfaction. Employees may become disengaged if they find work overly stressful due to the condition. Working with employees to improve conditions is a common approach to employee engagement. Let's take an example. Employees may be disengaged because they view working hours such as shift works to be unfair in some way. As such, implementing changes to working hours or how they are scheduled may improve employee engagement. So as you can see, we touched upon 5 different types and elements of employee engagement, and every element is playing some other role by which you can keep your employee engaged. Moving on to the work-life balance, and this is something you might have heard multiple times, and it is something which many organizations are working towards. They want a work-life balance for their employees. But how work-life balance can impact employee engagement? Employees may disengage to avoid overworking out of a desire to maintain their quality of life. For example, an employee who finds that when they take on a new responsibility, they end up working on weekends may be quiet in meeting to avoid action items. Flexible work policies and a culture that allow employees to prioritize their work to deliver a reasonable workload can improve engagement. Now, I'm sure you're aware that there are multiple benefits of having an employee engaged in your organization. It also helps in increasing your revenue, and work-life balance is one of the critical factors. Career planning. If an employee feels that the organization cares about his and her development, cares about his and her future, and the organization also plan for the employee's career, there are very high chances that the employee will stay engaged with the organization. They find challenge in what they are doing. So hence, partnering with employees to help them plan and achieve career goals can be a way to make sure that they are engaged with the organization. As we are talking about career planning, one of the element is training and development. When people feel that the organization is willing to invest in their development, in their career advancement, and making them a better professional, they tend to be more engaged. Organizations which are investing more on the learning and development initiatives in their organization always have a cutting edge as compared to other organizations. Moving on to recognition. Employees are commonly motivated by a desire for respect from their peers, from their managers, and from other colleagues who work with them. As such, formal and informal recognition in a team setting can improve engagement. I always say that appreciating your employees for the good work they have done can work wonder. Employees look for appreciation. Employees look for small wins which they bring while they are working in the organization and contributing from their side. Hence, recognizing those employees for the work they have done is one of the key elements to keep your employee engaged. Job security. So, employees who see no risk of losing their job may eventually view a salary as an entitlement. Employees who see a high risk of losing their jobs may also become disengaged as they may start looking for a new position. A fair environment of competition where job security is earned with performance is most conducive to employees' engagement. If employees are thinking only about their job security, of course, they won't be able to put their 100% in the expectation which organization has from them. They might not be that productive. They might not be able to think how they are connected with this organization, and hence they slowly start disengaging. So making sure that we are building a very conducive environment for them is gonna be helpful in engaging those employees. Communication, one of the key area which business leaders forget most of the time, but it plays an important role in engaging the employees. Communicating the urgent competitive pressures facing an organization and the reasons behind strategy as opposed to leaving employee in the dark as to why things are being done. When employees come and spend a good amount of their time in the organization, they would like to know about all the things which is impacting them, whether it is connected with business, whether it is connected with their employment or the kind of working conditions they are in, or in any ways their growth. They would like to be communicated about it. So organizations which does a better job in communication is something which employees are looking forward for, and this helps in engaging them with the organization. Performance, and I'm sure every organization has a different way of managing the performance of the employees, and these ways may depend from organization to organization, the different kind of needs they have. But I think we also need to keep in mind the employee engagement aspect connected with performance management. The process of regularly setting objectives with each employee and then evaluating performances against those objectives could be one of the way by which we can bring transparency in the way employees' performance is managed. Performance is a very personal matter to the employees. They would like to know what is expected out of them, and then this process can be used to set the expectations for engagement, and they then reward employees who meet these expectations and work with those who don't to improve. So even if somebody is not performing well, if we have clearly defined the expectations, the objectives, then I think it helps the employee to understand and work towards improving it. Performance management system is a vast area. It is connected with goal setting. It is connected with job description, KPIs, expectation, the way we manage it, and it also works as an input to the increment process, which is very, very deeply connected with employees. So if we are doing a better performance management system, I think we will be able to touch upon more on the employee engagement aspect in the organization. Another thing which many a times business leaders tend to forget: feedback. Beyond performance management, managers can provide regular informal feedback to employees to set expectation for engagement and indicate to employees where engagement was appreciated or lacking. So if an employee is doing a good job, it is the responsibility of the manager to give the right kind of feedback, appreciate the employee for the good work the person has done. Even if the employee is not doing well, it is important that the employee should be told what are the things that employee has not done properly and how that person can improve. Employees will appreciate this timely feedback, as opposed to this feedback is coming as a surprise when we are communicating the salary increase to employee. So hence regular feedback could be one of the key, especially when the employee is new in the organization. The employee might not be aware of various ways by which employee can contribute. Employee might not know how things are done, what is the right approach. Hence it is the responsibility of the manager to make sure that we are paying special attention to the new joiners and giving them regular feedback. Leadership. You must have heard that employees do not leave the company but their manager. And many surveys have already shown that employees leave because of their managers. And there are surveys which tells that often salary might be another reason or second reason than the managers. Hence, if organization can work on the leadership of their organization, I think they will be able to grow the employee engagement in the organization. Leadership play a foundation role in motivating employees, managing performances, and defining the organizational culture. A few strong leaders can significantly improve engagement. And if you look at the organization, you will find that the projects and departments where the leaders are strong, who believe in their people, who understand the importance of employee engagement, who would like to develop their employees, you will see that there are very less attrition in that particular function. People are growing. You will see more people becoming further leaders from that particular group. Hence, having the right kind of leadership, investing in those leaders is one of the key investment organization can make to improve the engagement of the organization. Organization culture is another key element where people appreciate and it helps in engaging them well. Many of us might think that people would like to join the organization for the salary, which is of course a fundamental need. But as you grow in the organization, what people value more is the organization culture. What are the values this organization has? Whether there is a politics or not, whether there is a reward to the performers or this organization tolerates non-performance, whether this organization believe in dignity and respect of their employees, whether there will be ample opportunities to grow. Things like that are really building organization culture. And if organization has a robust culture, there are very high chances that people will be engaged and will give their best and will stay for a longer period of time with the organization. The last but not the least, accountability. People believe in having an accountability while they are working in the organization. We have to make people accountable for what they are responsible for. Holding employees accountable for the success or failure of the work improves engagement. An environment where failure is ignored and the success is not celebrated isn't conducive for engagement. Failure is okay. We should appreciate failures as well. But people have to understand they have to learn from their failure and do not make the same kind of mistake again. And if there are successes, even if they are small wins, organizations should celebrate that wins. People like to be accountable. If they are clear on what they are expected from an organization perspective, they would like to give their best, and they have no problem in holding them accountable. And this accountability brings engagement. Well, we touched upon 16 types and elements of employee engagement. As you can see, that employee engagement is not only one thing, it is 360 degree. It is there in every single aspect of the employee life cycle. And that is why it is one of the vast area. And that is why we need to look at it holistically. Employee engagement is not birthday celebration, not work anniversary celebration. It is all of it what we discussed today. It is there in every single element. So if we wanted to build an environment where employees are engaged, we need to look at it from a broader perspective. Hope this video will help you to build an employee engagement culture and strategy for your organization. Have a nice day.